I'm like so sick and tired of working. I'm like working every single day till sickness and death, only to come at the end of the week I have nothing. All my money is gone paying the bill. Oh my god, no. Anyway, my break is over, so I'm gonna go back and cry.
You know what really fucking sucks? Is not being able to have a single plan on a Friday night because of the fact that you literally cannot leave the house without blinking and spending a fucking £100. Like, how has Scotland got so expensive? Like, not just Scotland, the whole of the UK. It's an absolute shit show how expensive it is out there at the moment. Like, you used to be able to, when you were younger, like, maybe go out with like £30, it'd be a cheap night out, but you maybe get a taxi, you get some drinks, maybe get into a club. But now, like, you'd be lucky if you got 2 drinks with that. Like, it's extortionate. And not just like going out to drink, like, I'd like plans doing anything, but I can't because everything costs so much money. Like, even getting a takeaway. And like, free stuff, the only real free stuff you can do now is like going out to look at things. But the weather's shit. Like, it's so mental that everything in the UK right now is so overpriced. And the fact that like the wages aren't really going up that much, but like taxes, national insurances, petrol prices are, energy prices are, it's mental.
I ask God respectively to blow the planet up immediately. Seriously, I mean, I want God to blow it up now instead of doing this, okay?
Today is one of the most embarrassing day of my life. I'm embarrassed, Arami. I don't wish it on my mom. Wish it, rara. So now I've gone to KFC. I'm asking for snack box, and they were like, "Oh, we don't do wings. We only do popcorn here. Popcorn here." I was like, "Okay." Shebi, I'll go to the next thing I can afford. Is the fillet snack box, and I am seeing $6.99. I said, "What a life, me Oleshe, Jesus!" I screamed, and the woman was like, "Everything gone up, everything gone up, from £3.99 to about £7. We used to be a country, Egbami, Boris. So we cannot hit. House gone up, and I just said gone up. Now KFC, don't do this to me. The way I ran out of that KFC, they probably said, "Who is this poverty-stricken girl?" Poverty is a disease.
England food hall. Broccoli, $1.20. Everything's converted into USD, by the way. 2 bananas for 40 cents. 2 avocados for $1.49. Lightly salted rice crackers for $1.07. 2 chicken breasts, $2.90. 4 buttermilk tandoori chicken kebabs, $3.41. Crunchy nut cereal, $2.52. 2 salmon fillets for $4.49. Cold water prawns for $2.77. House dressing for $1. Caramelized onion hummus for $1.20. Smooth peanut butter for $1.45. Crispy leaf salad for $1. And 12 British free-range eggs for $3.35. A total of $28.45. In pounds, that was about 21 pounds. And curious how this compares to prices where you live.
$33 an hour salary to afford a 2-bedroom home rent.
I don't know why we live in a world where I get criticized by friends and family and people around for deciding to live out of my very nice travel trailer with my fiance and 4 pets here in South Florida for only $400 a month. And we can't do anything about the fact that people have to work 2 or 3 jobs, receive little to no help, and still have to give all of the money they earn just to rent a place. And that equals no equity for their future, nothing in their pocket but money down the drain. And I decided to take control of that and put all of that extra money into my savings account until I'm ready to buy a house soon. But I'm the one making a bad decision.
On today's episode of how much the working class are getting screwed over. Right now we have stagflation like we did in the 80s with Ronald Reagan, so that means we have low economic growth and we have inflation at the same time. In Colorado Springs, the average renter would need to make a minimum of $25 an hour to afford an average 2-bedroom apartment, but the average renter makes $19 per hour. The minimum living wage in Colorado Springs is $17.13 an hour, which is the basic wage necessary for paying for essentials such as housing costs, food, and necessities. This living wage does not account for extra costs like entertainment and dining. The current minimum wage in Colorado Springs is $12.56 an hour, and it's supposed to go up to $13.65 an hour next year. Wow! It's like, why even work for less? Meanwhile, the median rent in Colorado Springs stands at $15.79 a month. So if you follow the 30% rule and say that you should spend no more than 30% of your income on housing, then in order to afford this $15.79 a month, you would need to make at least $63,000 a year, or $31.58 an hour, not including taxes. So where's all that money going if the workers aren't making it? Oh, I see.
Make sure work continues to pay.
I swear on my life, at this point, the government are literally taking the piss out of everyone in the UK. If you work 40 hours a week on £11 an hour for 12 months, your take-home pay will be £19,582.60p. Now, if you break that down each month, that's about £1,631. Bearing in mind, we haven't taken out any pension, student loan, or whatever you're paying off. You held a whole conference call or meeting or whatever it is to say that the living wage is going to go up to £11 an hour. Where are you living? In a shoebox? How does anyone survive on £1,600 a month? Like, if you're a single person, if you're in a couple, if you've got kids, if you've got a family, like how? Because if you're renting a one-bed flat, you're going to be paying at least £1,350 a month. And for context, this flat is based just outside of London. But that's not the point. Because after that, you're going to have, what, £300 left? You still got council tax, gas, electric, food, transportation, phone bills. Like, how are you meant to live off £300? When I came across this video, I thought they was increasing the living wage by £11. I was thinking, what? No way. Then I done a little Google search for that. For London, the living wage at the moment is £11.95, and the rest of the UK is £10.90. And they're saying that they're going to increase it to at least £11, so it's gone up by 10p. So with that 10p increase, what you're going to do, you're going to go to the corner shop and buy them 1p sweets. You can get 10 of them.
Let's see how much prices have changed since September last year in Sainsbury's. Muller yogurts were 40p, now they're 90p, up 125%. These small tins of Heinz were 50p and now they're £1, up 100%. Frey Bentos was £1.50, now they're £3.25, up 116%. This Heinz lentil and bacon soup was 85p and now it's £1.70, up 100%. Crisp and Dry 1 litre was £1.40 and now it's £3.25, up 132%. Goodfellas Pizza was £1.50 and now it's £3, up 100%. Bird's Eye battered cod fillets were £4 and now they're £6.50, up 62%. Sainsbury's own French fries were £1.20, now they're £2, up 66%. Bird's Eye chicken char grills were £2.67 and now they're £4.50, up 68%. Branston beans and sausages were 85p and now they're £1.50, up 76%. Syrio tomato puree was £1.45, now it's £2.70, up 86%. And Philippa Berriot olive oil, 500 millilitres, was £5, now it's £7.50.
Last night, my wife spent an hour trying to glue my daughter's school shoes back together because we can't afford to buy her a new pair. I mean, I'm 65, I've worked all my life, and we can't afford £20 for a pair of shoes. There's something wrong with society.
So with the gas, electric and my mortgage, that's 75% of my wages gone without anything else, without any, council tax, water rates, car insurance, petrol, food, any of that. 75% of my wages gone.
I can't remember the last time I went to a pub, so I can't pay, £5 for a pint. It's beyond my means. So the local pub's now closed. Not entirely due to me not going there, but that's closed.
Do you find it hard?
Yes.
And so are you optimistic at all about the future?
Optimism. It's not a word I use a lot these days. I'm not familiar with the term.
Go back in time to buy a house. In 1983, I'm an average person looking to buy an average house. I got this average degree, which I got for free, and work an average job. After paying tax and rent, I have, if I save 50% of the remainder, it'll take me 2 years to save up for the 20% deposit. Remember that as we head back to 2023 and I'm still an average person looking to buy an average house, got this average degree, and I have an average job. After paying tax, rent, and HECS, I have If I save 50% of the remainder, it'll take me 10.5 years to save up for the 20% deposit. It's clear that it's not just lazy, layabout young people sipping latte that's causing the problem. It would take me 84 years to save up enough money if I skip having a latte every day just for the deposit. I don't have 84 years left. In 40 years, the average house price has increased by 14 times, whereas full-time salaries have only increased by 4.7 times. Another way of looking at it is, houses used to cost 3 times your salary, and now they cost 10 times. All things being equal, you'd have to be making $300,000 a year to benefit from that same 3 times ratio. You might be thinking $90,000, wow, that's high. It is. That's because CEOs and vice chancellors taking home millions inflate the total pool of income and skew the average high. If we look at the median, that is the figure in the middle of all figures, that's around 48,000. So if you're making more than that, you're making more than 50% of all working people in Australia. And still, housing is so far out of reach. There's something bigger at play here, and it's going to take me a bit longer than one video to explain.